Hey everybody, thanks for coming back to my channel. So today I went to Plant Power fast food restaurant. It's basically a vegan fast food restaurant. That's all it is. The cool thing about Plant Power is that it's kind of like a regular McDonald's, Jack in the Box, or whatever you want to call it. And they have similar items, but it's vegan. I'm gonna show you something what they usually have at McDonald's, but they have this at this vegan restaurant at Plant Power. So you know at McDonald's they have the Big Mac? So at this vegan restaurant, they have Big Zac. Yeah, so it's all vegan. And it's so cool because it actually looks like a Big Mac. Look at this, check this out. Doesn't that look like an actual Big Mac? But like I said, it's 100% vegan. So this is what I got. I got a Big Zac. Let me show you what else I got. I also got their vegan buffalo wings. They look really good. They actually smell very delicious. Look at that, 100% vegan. And I also got their iconic fries. Kind of like every other fries at every other fast food restaurant. It just looks like a mess. It's like an animal style from In-N-Out. And a vegan ranch. Okay, so what I really want to try first is this wannabe Big Mac. The Big Zac. It's freaking big. That Big Zac is really good. It has a lot of flavor to it, and they have their own secret sauce. It's very good. The next thing I want to try are these fries. Wow, these fries taste very vegan. Now I'm gonna try the wings. Well, let me take one more bite. Okay, here are the wings, and I already know this is gonna be super messy, but I've had similar wings like this at the Veggie Grill, and they're pretty good. Oh shoot, look at all that tofu. So if you tried the wings from Veggie Grill, these are a lot better. They have so much flavor. I have to try it with the ranch now. All right, let's do this. That's 100% super delicious. Wow, so far, everything's really, really good. I'm impressed. So the cool thing about this place is that it's a fast food restaurant, so you can go through the drive-thru, you can go inside, whatever you want. But the really cool part is that it's a vegan fast food restaurant. The really cool thing about them too is that they have so many options. My next one was called the Rambler. I really wanted to try that burger. It basically has onion rings inside. And also another cool thing is that they actually have breakfast too. It looks really good from what the description says. And they have iced coffee, which I really, really want to try. So I might do a breakfast one pretty soon. You know, I've always gone to different vegan restaurants and it's pretty good. My sister recently had told me about this Plant Power and I was super excited to just go and try it. So that's why I came today. And it's so funny because when my sister told me about it first, she thought it was actually Planet Power. So I was like, oh, that's a cool name. So I was Googling it. I couldn't find the freaking restaurant. And later when she searched it up, it was actually Planet Power. And then I searched it up and it came up. And here's the dumb thing about me. So it's called Plant Power, right? And I was searching it up today and I couldn't find it because I was typing power plant. Am I that dumb? I guess I am. Also, a really funny thing is that I know I'm talking about Big Macs and this Big Zac and all that stuff. Okay, so this Plant Power is actually next to a McDonald's. How crazy is that? Oh, also one more thing. And I ended up getting a blueberry soda. I know, a blueberry soda. When they told me the options, I was saying, let me try that blueberry soda. And it tastes just like a blueberry soda. Plant Power is so vegan. Their straws are freaking vegan. See? Told ya. So yeah, I got their blueberry soda and I also got their water because their water is 100% vegan. Just kidding, water's just water. So far, out of everything that I've tried with this Big Zac, the wings and the fries and the blueberry soda, I totally recommend it. And I'm totally gonna go for breakfast because I want to try it. And their iced coffee. So I think it's been over a week since I posted a video, but there's a reason for it. The reason is because last weekend I went to Utah to visit 4 different national parks. So that's the reason. I'm basically editing 5 different videos because I'm doing a video for each of the national parks that I went to go visit. And the 5th video is basically gonna be my journey from beginning to end of this road trip. But I will tell you that that road trip was totally worth it. It was really far because from Santa Ana, California, all the way to Utah, was about 10 to 11 hours just on the road, which was so perfect. It was so awesome because I love to drive. Before I go on with the story, let me take a bite. Okay, so back to my story, right? So on Friday, last Friday, I ended up leaving like around 4 p.m. We drove. Our first stop was Las Vegas. So we were there for a couple hours. So it's 4 hours to get there. And then we drove 6 more hours to get to the national park. So what we did, we actually took a few naps. So like we took turns taking naps in the car, because that first night we were not going to stay anywhere. We were going straight to the national park and starting our hikes right away. And I know that sounds very intense, but it was freaking worth it. And I like to do stuff like that. Oh, and also when we stopped at Vegas, I was playing at the roulette table. So I put $20 on black, and I was like, well, let's just play really quick. In a couple seconds, I either lose my 20 bucks or I gain another 20 bucks. And guess what? I won another 20 bucks. And that's why I was able to afford this food, or else I wouldn't be able to. Just kidding. Well, kind of. So yeah, so once we drove the 10 to 11 hours to the first national park in Utah, we arrived there like around 7 in the morning, and we started the hike right away. And it was freaking hot over there. So the first national park that we went to is called Arches National Park, and the views there are really, really nice. And the first hike that we did is called Delicate Arch, and I'll post a picture of me, I think here, or I'll put it here. I'm gonna put it right here. And that arch is huge. So here's the crazy thing about that. Sorry, my burger's falling apart. Freaking Big Zach. The really sucky thing about Delicate Arch is that everything was an incline, and it was 110 degrees over there, and it took about an hour just to get there. We were so burnt by the sun, like especially me. I think I'm still sunburned, I think, look. Well, you can't really tell that much anymore. I don't know if you can, but yeah, I was freaking sunburned. So like I said, it's uphill all the way through, and there's no shade. So imagine doing that for an hour in the heat of 110 degrees. Oh my God, we freaking burned. And like I said, it's really worth it. And I totally recommend that hike if you end up going to Arches National Park. It's the first hike you should do early in the morning because of the heat. Also because there's a big line in order to go take a picture with this arch. I'm done with my Big Zach. It's time for these yummy wings. Oh my God, you have to look at these again. I wish you can try these. Does anybody want to try them? I'll send you one through UPS or FedEx or however you prefer. Blueberry soda. So yeah, as I was saying, after we visited that park and that hike, we ended up doing a few more. I think we spent like about 5 hours in that park. And then after we visited Arches National Park, we went to the next park, which is Canyonlands National Park. And that one was pretty cool too. And based on my itinerary that I created, we were only able to spend 5 hours in Arches because the next park, Canyonlands National Park, was 30 minutes away. Like the views at Arches National Park and Canyonlands was really, really nice. And I wish I can show you, but I'm currently editing that video, so you'll see it pretty soon. All 5 videos, like, it's gonna be really cool. And the reason that I'm splitting up these videos into 5 is because, like I said, since we visited 4 different national parks in Utah, I'm doing a video for each of them. And the 5th video will just basically be everything that we did from beginning when we got the rental car all the way till we returned it. So it's the whole journey. After we visited Canyonlands and we were done with it, our next park was Capitol Reef, but we were not able to do Capitol Reef yet because in my itinerary, it was for Sunday. So this is how it works. Let me recap a little bit. So what we did is that we drove from 4 p.m. on Friday all the way to Utah, and we arrived like around 7 a.m. and that's when we started our hikes. So we basically didn't sleep that day besides the naps that we took in the car. So all of Saturday, we basically were at Arches National Park and Canyonlands National Park. By that time, it was already nighttime, and so we had to go and we stayed at a cabin. It's actually called Sand Creek's RV, and that place was really, really nice. And I really like those cabin places because I feel like the people that stay there are very respectful, and they really care about like the people that are around them. Like, they're very respectful, and I like that. Okay, so then once we got to Sand Creek RV, that time it was already like 8 p.m. and it was so awesome because just to arrive at the cabin, I couldn't wait to just go to sleep. So that was Saturday, 8 p.m. when we arrived at the cabin. And then after that, we fell asleep. We woke up early the next day, which would be Sunday. We woke up like around 6 a.m. so we could start our hike at 6:30. And since we were already at the national park, because that's where we stayed at, it was easy for us to just do our thing. So the cool thing about Capitol Reef is that it's a really small park. So basically you take one road and you can go on all the hikes and all the viewpoints that they have there. Capitol Reef National Park was very interesting because there was this hike called Mesa Arch. and that one was really nice. And I'll post a picture right here too so you can see it, and that's also on my Instagram. So I basically posted all those pictures on my Instagram, and each post was for each different national park that we went to visit. And man, those pictures were really nice. At Capitol Reef National Park, they had petroglyphs, they had those arches as well, and other viewpoints that you can go check out. And it's really small, but it's pretty much worth it. Like, if you didn't have that much time and you wanted to visit a national park and you wanted to do something very quickly, Capitol Reef would be the best one for you. So by the time we finished Capitol Reef, it was like about 1 p.m. or so. And then from there, we drove to the next national park, which is Bryce National Park. And we tried to get there as quickly as possible because we didn't want the sun to beat down on us again. And the downfall to that is that from Capitol Reef to Bryce National Park, it's 2 hours. But the really cool thing about that is that once we finish Bryce National Park, it's only like 6 hours to go back home. So then we arrived at Bryce National Park like around 3 p.m. And once we arrived at Bryce National Park and we visited all the hikes and the viewpoints, it is basically one of my favorite national parks in Utah. The views from the top were breathtaking, and hiking it through Queen's Garden was an adventure, and I really like that. But you're gonna see more of this park when I post a video. And even though by that time it was already like 4 p.m. and we were like finishing the hike to go back to the car, the sun was still pretty hot. But I don't think we felt it as much, probably because we were so burnt that we couldn't feel it anymore. At least I couldn't. I was just so freaking burnt. But wow, after visiting those 4 national parks in just 1.5 days, it was exhausting, it was draining, but it was worth it. I really enjoyed it because we got to see so much in so little time, and that was all we needed. I can't wait to finish editing the video so you guys can see. But to see them in person, it's a whole new story. I've been eating the fries so much, there's almost like none left. And the really cool thing about taking that road trip to Utah was that you can still follow guidelines to social distancing because you're not as close to people as you are when you go to the mall or whatever. And that's why we chose to go to Utah, because first of all, it's a new state for me to go visit. And the 4 national parks is something very different and something new to go and explore. And you follow social distancing, so it's a win-win-win. But going back to the present, the wings, the vegan wings were so good. The Big Zac was really good as well. And the fries were so delicious. Everything had really great flavor, and that's like a big must in vegan restaurant. And I really can't wait to go back to Plant Power, not Power Plant. Plant Power. I want to go try their breakfast, their iced coffee. I said that like 50 times already. So yeah, I want to go try them out. I'm gonna complete the whole menu that they have. That's my goal for 2020. Oh, and they also have dessert. I forgot what they had, but whatever they have, it sounded really good because I remember reading through it and I was like, I want that, I want that, I also want that, and I guess I can take that too. I finally finished eating. It was a lot of food, but overall, Plant Power, 10 out of 10. I wish I could have gotten dessert. I totally forgot about that. It's because at the end, when I finished ordering, the guy said, do you want anything to drink? And I said, what kind of drinks do you guys have? And they said, okay, well, we have blueberry soda. And from there, I just blanked out. I was going, blueberry soda? And he just kept listing them. A bunch of sodas that he was saying, right? Iced tea mixed with lemonade, iced tea with this. And, you know, I heard those all in a blur, because once I heard blueberry soda, I was like, man, I love blueberries and I love soda. Blueberry soda. Like, I was so dazed out. I was so like zoned out. So that's why I ended up getting blueberry soda. It's very delicious. It's very refreshing because it's hot outside, but not as hot as Utah. All right, well, I'm done eating. It was freaking good. I wish I could have gotten dessert. The blueberry soda is delicious, and their water is 100% vegan. So yeah, totally go try it out because it's worth it. There's actually a lot of different locations, so make sure to Google it. Maybe it's in your area. All right, guys, if you guys listened to me this far, I just want to say I really appreciate you and thank you so much. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. And soon you will be seeing the 5 videos that I was just talking about. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.